Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And the pregame warm-ups wrapping up out there in Cleveland, where it'll be the Cavaliers against the Boston Celtics. Well, for Boston, they may have some challenges, but this is a game they have had circled on the calendar and want to deliver the top-notch performance they know they can. And what a joy to behold opening night of a new NBA season. A fresh start for everybody, including us. Shaq, what are you looking forward to this year?
Well, some of the almost teams that couldn't get over the hump last year, I'm interested already to see if they've taken that next step. It's always interesting to see the young players and how they develop during the offseason. Were you partying or were you practicing?
Ooh, I like the party practice thing, the P or the P. But I'll tell you what, this is the time of optimism. When everyone says it's a fresh start at 0-0, we should all be in the mix.
With David Aldridge on our sideline, and here with me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, this is Kevin Harlan. Eastern Conference battles always fun. This time it's the Cleveland Cavaliers intent on protecting home court. Last time they met was right here, and they came out with the win.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Their offense came fairly easy to them out there. The D wasn't rushing them to do anything, and because of that, they made a lot of smart, calculated decisions that turned into easy points.
Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Well, Cavs head coach Tyronn Lue hired midway through last season. The first-time head coach, he played 11 seasons in the NBA and won 2 championships with the Lakers and spent 6+ seasons on the bench as an assistant coach. LeBron James said there's nothing that he hasn't seen. He's played for Phil Jackson. He's coached with Doc Rivers. He's been all over, so he has experience. Kevin?
Thanks, D.A. Certainly a lot expected of everybody in Cleveland. And with the long summer, the fans certainly seem excited for opening night as well.
Yeah, you just miss it. You're ready for it to come back. You wish basketball was all year long, but you got to give the guys some break. Opening night is huge.
So Cleveland will get the first possession. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court right now for the Celtics. Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side. Johnson is out there with Horford, and it's Crowder in at the 3.
Sometimes I think Kyrie likes to get contact, probably because he can still finish through it.
Picked by Horford. Outside Bradley. Shot clock at 6. It's Thomas outside. No good there. Good D by Irving. And so here's Cleveland. Oh, wide open look for Love. Off target from outside. Thomas with the ball. Pass to Johnson. Stolen by Thompson. Outside Irving. No good off the back of the rim.
I like that shot for him, though. Very little defensive pressure. He typically rises up and buries that.
Here's Johnson.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the
The Celtics shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
And he knocks down the first one.
And the Celtics, really since the departure of the big three and Rajon Rondo, doing an amazing job of stockpiling assets and draft picks all along while still being competitive. So you had to know, though, that that front office wouldn't hesitate to make a big move. This is an organization that seeks to compete for championships and nothing else.
For Cleveland, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Love with the screen on Crowder. Love outside. And Liggins kicks to Love. Just 5 on the clock. The dish to Irving. From deep three-point range. Again, Irving missing.
And sometimes he can hit that deep three, but it's not a high percentage shot for him.
I just think he can get a better look than that one.
Horford, no luck.
I know he's talented, but when you're completely surrounded inside, you have to try and kick it out to someone who's open.
Outside Irving. Launches it. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
A moon shot from Kyrie. He's a monster from distance.
Outside Thomas. Feeds it to Horford. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And for me, one of the more unsung players in the league, Al Horford, a 2-time national champion at the University of Florida, one of the most skilled and versatile big men in our league, and he hasn't gotten the attention I believe he deserves.
And the first one at the line is good. And with Horford's free agency looming this last summer, last season was a tricky spot for the Atlanta Hawks. Would they be able to keep him?
Yeah, and you go back to the lack of exposure he's gotten. I mean, from the Dominican Republic, he's a Spanish-speaking star. I mean, his marketing and endorsement potential in bigger markets, something he is well aware of.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
And it had been something that had been talked about in the past via trade, but Al Horford joined Boston in the offseason via free agency. It was the fit that he wanted team-wise, and Horford was ready for a new challenge. So great fit with this roster and the city of Boston.
If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. James right side. Makes it off the glass. LeBron's got his first 2 points of the night.
And credit Kyrie, tremendous vision. Finds the open man.
And Al Horford got a max deal to come to the Boston Celtics, GA. He's on the wrong side of 30, but when you look at his game, his all-star resume, you don't see a real sharp decline coming.
Great point, Kevin, and that's why the Celtics were willing to give Horford the contract they gave him. It was one of the bigger free agent names on the market. You knew that the Celtics would want to make a splash in free agency, and he was their guy.
Now here's Irving, following the miss by Al Horford. Irving passes to LeBron, fades and shoots. Rebound Boston.
You know, not sure if he's playing to the crowd, but no need for the fadeaway on that shot.
Horford with the screen on Irving, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thomas. And looking deeper at some postseason numbers, here's a look at the distribution of 3-point and 2-point shot attempts for Cleveland. The Cavaliers leading by 4. Here's Liggins, still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. There's a good screen. Dishes it to LeBron. 6 on the shot clock. Puts it up from 12. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
At a time when everyone's obsessed with threes and dunks, LeBron's showing off a strong in-between game.
Thomas against Irving. Thomas kicks to Horford. Good D by Thompson.
Blown opportunity right there. Point blank lay in. Come on now.
Now here is Irving. 5 points in the game. James with it, out-guarded by Crowder. And that one is good. And it's 6 points for LeBron. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, their last game a loss to the Detroit Pistons. Outside Bradley. Johnson the screen. Outer dishes to Horford. It's tipped and stolen by Love. Outside Irving. James against Crowder. And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That is his first foul of the game. And Liggins kicks to Irving. To the paint. The jump hook. Love, no good.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a whole different ball game down low when this fella is lurking around.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. Boston shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. That's good from Johnson. And Cleveland making a change here. Shumpert's checked in. That one is no good.
LeBron James' outside shooting has been up and down from the three-point line, but he doesn't really need to rely on it because he is just dominant in the paint and scoring around the rim.
Already seizing control of this game.
And doing it in all areas. They came out of the locker room knowing exactly what they needed to do.
Now we get a chance to check out Isaiah Thomas. Good season for him last year. 11th in scoring, 13th in free throw percentage, and his passing skills were on full display all year. He ranked among the top 15 in assists.
Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession. With this pause in the action, let's show you the teams that have scored the most points in the league last season. 5th on the list, the Celtics.
I just loved how this team attacked their opponents. You could see their confidence grow as the year went on, and the points really started to pile up.
Now here's Irving. He has 5. And Liggins kicks to Irving. Goes up the baseline and off the front iron, and in it goes. Irving's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Bradley kicks to Thomas. Johnson the screen. Johnson with a screen on James. Clock at 6. Back to Thomas for 3. Kyrie Irving grabs the miss.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one open.
And stolen by Thomas. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Back to Bradley. Wide open. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. And so here's Cleveland. And here's Irving. He has 7. From about 19 feet. And it's Bradley with the rebound.
He's usually money from mid-range, but the defender got up in his shirt, took him out of rhythm.
Horford no luck.
Really bad mental lapse by the defense, yet he did not make them pay, surprisingly.
Outside Irving. Kicks it to James. And it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
It's taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
And who needs to warm up? They didn't.
Now here's Thomas. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Down low. No good there. And Cleveland the other way now. Now James. He's got 8. No good from Irving.
Surprising. He usually puts the dagger in your heart. That wide open from 3.
Horford sets a screen for Bradley. Thomas against Irving. Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And for pretty much all NBA players, it's a dream come true when they get drafted. And Smitty, how did you celebrate when you were the 5th overall pick in the draft?
You know what? I went out and got me a nice SUV. I loved it, Kevin.
Good for
Had
you.
some rims, put a little music in there. I was bumping.
How about that? I guess that's something you always dream about when you get that kind of a chance to be drafted that high, nationally known player.
But I think also for me, getting a chance to send my mom and dad on a special trip. That was one of those. It wasn't the first, but it was special.
Good for you. Channing Frye's checked in for Cleveland. Jefferson comes in for DeAndre Liggins, and Al Horford drops them both. The Cavaliers leading by 10. James with it. Olynyk with the steal. Here's Smart. Jerebko, the pass to Smart. He dishes it to Olynyk. Picked by Horford. 6 to shoot, and the wide open shot from Green. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
The defense has to stay on their toes on him. They have to be active guarding the perimeter, or they will continue to get burned.
Outside Irving. Unloads from 13. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Irving's got 9.
One of the best small men in the league at attacking inside, Kyrie Irving.
Here's Horford. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And the Cavs, obviously one of the most talented teams in the NBA. It's taken time for them to learn how to play together, though.
Yeah, you talk about having a big 3 and guys have never been around each other, and some young guys when you start talking about Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving. Synergy, chemistry, that's all they needed. They have it now. Well, the Cleveland Cavaliers definitely played at a slow pace. They've sped up the pace. They love the three-point shots. LeBron attacks so much in the inside. He creates a lot of open looks for the Cavs shooters to knock down threes.
And Al Horford drops them both. And the Cavs no different. They're following the league trend of shooting more threes, but not the trend towards playing up tempo.
No, not at all. They still can play half-court basketball and also still knock down threes. The reason why, they have a lot of guys that can stretch it out, and they have that guy LeBron James that can break down the defense.
Here's Smart following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Picked by Horford. Smart dishes to Horford. On the wing, Green to the inside. And Jerebko has it in the corner. No good with the triple.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Outside Irving. Here's James. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That one on Olynyk. And a player of LeBron's caliber is expected to be a leader. It's a role he's never shied away from, Steve, and certainly he has filled the bill.
Not at all. Coming out of high school, he's always been a leader. LeBron is someone who loves his teammates and wants to stay close to them. But at the end of the day, he's all about winning. He's not shy about telling his teammates what they have to do to get the W.
Free throw good, James.
You know he's a perennial all-NBA first-teamer, but LeBron is also one of the league's top spokesmen.
Boston making a switch here. Zeller's checked in. Both free throws good from James. And the Celtics a stifling defensive ball club under head coach Brad Stevens.
I mean, tremendous perimeter defenders. One of the top-rated teams in the league in terms of steals. And even without being a dominant defensive rebounding and shot-blocking team, they were so good on the wings that it didn't matter.
And so here's Cleveland. 9-point game. Stolen by Smart. And stolen by Fry. James right side. Passes it to Irving. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. And it's 13 points for Kyrie Irving.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Jerebko kicks to Olynyk. Nice ball movement by Boston. Here's Zeller. Got a hand on it.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Celtics trail by 11. Green kicks to Smart. There's the feed to Uretko. There's the pick. Near the three-point line, it's Olynyk. He goes out of bounds. Last touch by Olynyk.
And checking out some numbers for Irving. A very nice season for him last year. He averaged about 19 points a game last year. 4 assists and 3 rebounds. And after a disappointing season last time around, he's got to feel like he's got a lot to prove.
A 3-ball. Another miss by Irving.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Zeller. And the dunk by Zeller.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Now here's James. 10 points for him. Out left of the wing. Fry, that's for 2. Zeller grabs the board. Celtics trail by 9. Smart kicks to Olynyk. Here's Green. Right wing. Here's Smart. No good on the 3. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Cavaliers lead by 9. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And we got a chance to hear from LeBron James about the hard work and preparation he brings into every game.
I go back and I'm able to, read the scouting report, and also when I get to the arena, I also watch more film on each and every guy that's going to be playing, guys that I know I may be, matched up against, throughout the night. So I'm not surprised by anything if it happens throughout the game. So it's a lot of preparation that goes in, to just one game, just trying to get one win, but that's what it takes to win good.
I think you'd have to say the preparation really shows on the court in his play, and rarely does he look surprised out there or caught off guard.
And Kevin, that's really just the mark of a total pro. And I don't think oftentimes the fans appreciate how much goes in terms of preparation. Some guys get it and some guys don't. But he's a perfect example of what proper preparation means in terms of preventing a poor performance.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. What stands out to you from the Cavaliers in this one?
I just don't know that you're going to see a better quarter defensively than what we saw in the first.
Yeah, they were in total lockdown mode there. Can they keep it up for their entire game? It remains to be seen.
On the court right now for the Celtics, Thomas and Smart, the feisty backcourt pairing. Zeller is out there with Olynyk, and it's Green in at the 3, the small forward. 5 on the clock. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. Now at the break on the floor, you can see the teams that led the NBA in steals last year. The Celtics second.
You could tell by watching them how much they enjoyed playing defense. They seem to have an endless reserve of energy flying around and pressuring the basketball.
Now here's Smart. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Outside Thomas from the arc. Again, Thomas missing. The Cavaliers leading by 6. Fry passes to Irving. Here's Love. Yes! And it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Now, here's Thomas. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Picked by Zeller. Here's Smart. From outside, off the mark.
No defensive pressure. That's a three-point attempt. We love to have that.
Irving can't hit. Celtics trail by 8. And here's Smart. Olynyk, a screen on jumper. From deep, Thomas. Boston, no good that time either.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
And if you're the defense, you probably should sag off him right now because he's not knocking down anything.
Now here's Love. Nobody near Irving. That doesn't go in either for Irving.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second. Oh, up high and down hard with that one-hander.
He got a little extra forceful. You're right with that one. Shumpert with it, guarded by Smart, and that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
Absolutely. Prevented an easy bucket. Fantastic D.
And Cleveland making a change here. Thompson's checked in, and then for Boston. Al Horford, he's checked in for Tyler Zeller. Johnson comes in for Kelly Olynyk, and it's Crowder in for Green.
In this first half, he is really falling in love with the three. So far, not paying dividends.
Irving against Thomas. He feeds it to Horford. From 7. Count that one. Now just a 4-point Cavalier lead.
I can't believe defenders are not aware. They cannot allow him that position.
You got to be physical. Push him off the block. Get him off the spot.
Shumpert up top. Guarded by Smart. Expanding his range. And Boston with the rebound. Still anybody's game at this point.
And no question, this is when you really have to have trust on the floor with each possession.
Thomas's shot is off. Cleveland leading by 4. Shumpert dishes to Irving. Here's Love. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got his 5th assist in this one. And what an incredible sight it was to see the city of Cleveland in jubilation last June. Their first professional sports championship since 1964.
It was a long time coming, but most fans in Cleveland probably didn't even remember the last time they won a title. And to have that title cemented by Akron's own LeBron James, you couldn't have written it any better. You talk about off-season dedication. Kevin Love has been able to transform his body since he came into the NBA, going from around 265 pounds at UCLA to where he is now.
And Kevin Love always working over the summer, doing yoga and all kinds of training.
Well, I think yoga is a little bit more safer. You remember he broke his hand lifting weights back in Minnesota, but give him a lot of credit. He does a lot of cross-training and is showing up. He has transformed his body, and that'll give him some more longevity.
DeAndre Liggins, he's checked in for Cleveland. And a change for the Celtics. Bradley's checked in for Thomas. And he sinks the second. And Kevin Love, known early in his career for his terrific rebounding and work in the inside. Smitty, as time has gone on, he's become much more of a perimeter threat, obviously.
Well, he can shoot the three. We understand that. But be able to rebound the basketball, you have to be closer. So I think for them is play him close to the basket. But I think when you need spacing, he has the luxury as a coaching staff to push Kevin Love out to that three-point line. And the 4-man has to stay at home with him.
The Celtics have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10. Free throw good, Crowder. And both free throws good from Crowder. And the relationship between a coach and his players, so critical, obviously, to a team's success. What qualities, Steve, in your mind, make a great coach?
Well, I think the coach, first of all, has to be a great X and O's. But then I think he has to have a great feel for different personalities. Then I think he has to build the right culture that fits everybody.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it's always a transition and a difficult one for college coaches to come to the pros, but Celtics coach Brad Stevens made one of the smoothest we've seen after leading Butler to back-to-back national championship games. You hear that buzz from players to opposing coaches. Greg Popovich said, "I really respect what he does. His team executes. I'll still watch his Butler tape. Trying to learn some stuff, to be honest with you." High praise indeed, fellas.
And Popovich, really the godfather of the active coaches right now, D.A. His voice carries certainly a lot of weight in this league. Thank you.
His eyes just lit up as soon as he realized he was wide open from outside. The defense has to do a much better job.
Horford kicks to Bradley. The Celtics working the ball around now. Smart, wide open, he fires. Boston again missing.
You know, even though he's been off the mark this quarter, he's trying not to let it shake his confidence.
Liggins, the pass to Thompson. That's tipped. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
High basketball IQ right there. Saw his teammate had the advantage, so he got him the rock and let him go to work.
And Jay Crowder really kind of stuck as a role player in Dallas, sent the Celtics in the Rondo trade, and boy, has he been a culture setter for Boston. The consummate pro, one of the most competitive players in our league, and he's become a difference maker on both ends. I think he's improved tremendously in the past season. Credit him and Coach Brad Stevens.
Now Crowder following the three-point attempt by Kyrie Irving. Now here's Smart. He's covered closely. Picked by Horford. Lock at 6. Outside Bradley. Horford sets a screen for Bradley. The three. Kyrie Irving grabs the miss. And one of the things that stands out about Jay Crowder is that at 6'6", 235, very physically strong.
Yeah, he plays bigger than his height. Not shy about throwing his weight around. And one of the league leaders in steals per game. He can cover on the wing and body you up on the block.
Cleveland shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws. And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
Now here's Smart. The pass to Horford. Back to Smart. Right wing. He tries for three. Horford no luck.
Okay, his shot isn't there tonight. It's a major reason why they're behind. He needs to start sharing the basketball.
Now, here is Irving. Guarded by Smart. Here's Thompson. That's in there. Love with the assist. And the Cavaliers lead by 10.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. And one of the most resilient players around, Tristan Thompson, hasn't missed a game with injuries since 2012.
And for a big man who plays the way he does, battling in the paint, going after every rebound, and also being the muscle for his team, it's impressive he's played this many games.
James checked in for Richard Jefferson. Celtics also with a sub. Jerebko's checked in. Now here's Smart. Tight defense on him. Here's Bradley. That's short off the rim.
Well, no one's scoring off that screen. That was terrible.
Irving kicks to Liggins. For three, Love. No good that time. Now Boston takes it the other way. Crowder dishes to Urebko. Can't get it to fall.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Back to Irving. The screen from Thompson. Jacks up a three. And that's good. Kyrie Irving for three. Irving's got 16 points.
Filling it up at will. Kyrie's arsenal on full display.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Smart kicks to Horford. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
They did a better job of getting it inside in that first. They've lost some of that physical edge here.
The definition of a gamer, Marcus Smart, a real blue-collar player grade.
It really fits in well with how the Celtics want to play. They want those fire breathers on the floor. His anger got the best of him at times in the past, and that altercation he had with an opposing fan back in college might have given some teams pause. The Celtics want guys who care, and he definitely does.
Now here's James. He's got 10, and Liggins kicks to James. Pass to Love. 11 feet away. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Love's got 10 points in the quarter. Smart passes to Urebko. Picked by Horford. Bradley, no one around him. Cavaliers with the rebound.
Obviously, this has been a tough quarter for him, but he's still trying to keep a positive mindset.
James sets the screen for Irving. For three, Love. Horford with the rebound. Horford's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Urebko can't get it to go.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Got that one up quick. And that's 19 points for Kyrie Irving.
Starting to heat up now. He nailed 1 from behind the arc in the first quarter, 2 here in the second.
Smart kicks to Horford. Stolen by Thompson. Irving dishes to LeBron. Back to Irving. James outside. Offline with his 3. Celtics trail by 15. Urebko, the pass to Smart. He kicks to Urebko. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 3 assists tonight.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
Pass to Liggins. To the inside, Thompson. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. That one on Horford.
The toughness of Thompson powering up for the score, plus a chance to add to his total at the line.
A different look now for Cleveland. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. And Shumpert in there for DeAndre Liggins. And a new group in for the Celtics. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Horford. Kelly Olynyk comes in for Urebko. Gerald Green, he's checked in for Crowder. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Marcus Smart. Now here's Thomas. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Steve, you played in an era of Michael Jordan where the dunk was probably the most exciting single play in basketball, but now with the rise of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and the ability to hit from anywhere, that three-point shot has, in some people's view, overtaken the dunk as the most exciting, most skilled play in basketball. What do you think?
Kevin, fantastic question. I mean, I didn't think anything could take away from the dunk. You're talking about exciting, athletic, high rise. But Steph are shooting some of these, I would say, half-court shots. It's right there. I'm going to still have the dunk a little bit edge over the three-point shot.
Well, it's superhuman to watch with these players. And we saw it at the All-Star break with Levine and what he had done, and certainly with Gordon, Aaron Gordon. It's amazing to watch these kids jump. But the skill required to take that three-point shot and be as consistently good as you were at one time, certainly the way these historical shots of Golden State with Curry are going in, To me, it's mesmerizing.
It is. I mean, it's just phenomenal to get a chance to see these guys shoot the basketball off the dribble with range. But if I could see somebody elevate like a Vince Carter, like Zach LaVine, I think you get more excited.
I get it. I can't argue that point at all. Now, here's Thomas. Amon Shumpert unable to get his last shot to go. Thomas a screen. There's Green with the three. It's hauled in by Fry. The Cavaliers leading by 12. James outside. Here's the screen. The screen from Thompson. And that one's good, Irving.
3 triples for him this quarter, 4 overall.
15 seconds left to play here in the half. Now Thomas. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Beyond the arc. And so that's the end of the first half. Cavaliers on top, up by 15. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what were you all focusing on coming into the game tonight?
So I come out with a intense focus and intensity that other teams can't match. Just doing whatever it takes to keep our tempo. Guys are in a great rhythm and we have a great tempo. So just trying to get everybody involved and do whatever it takes to win.
Well, we'll see if you can keep playing at your pace in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaq and Kenny. And an exciting time of the year as one of the first games of the regular season is halfway through. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He ended up with 22 points, 6 assists, and 6 rebounds. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
What a brilliant, unselfish half of basketball they just played. Their ball movement was absolutely impeccable. All in all, just beautiful basketball to watch.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Boston?
They were Brick City, and it was painful to watch. Weak shooting starts to get contagious, and they were struggling all over the place. They got to work on getting more high-quality chances, more layups, fewer prayers.
And that about wraps it up, as the second half is just moments away. Now down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew, and we will see you after the game, won't we?
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
And really, all of a sudden, he's becoming their best distributor, doing a great job of orchestrating their offense.
He's a real Swiss Army knife, a man of many talents who can do a little bit of everything, including passing.
Celtics trail by 15. Love and Thompson, the hard rebounding post pair. DeAndre Liggins out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's James in at the small forward. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Off the pick. Rebound Love. Love's got his 4th rebound in this one.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving.
A moment here to check out the numbers for Kevin Love. A very nice season for him last year. He averaged about 16 points a game, 10 rebounds, and 2 assists. And what sets him apart is his rebounding. And as you can see, he's been in peak form.
Picked by Horford. Thomas kicks to Bradley. Misses the 3.
Not good shot selection. Long range and a defender all up in your jersey.
If you're the defender, you're like, yes, take that shot. I'll play the percentages.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
It hasn't been pretty. They just haven't looked interested in putting forth the kind of effort it's going to take to stay in this game.
Now here's Thomas. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Horford's shot is good.
I love how he used his height advantage on that shot.
He also, for a big guy, has a terrific touch from that range.
LeBron against Crowder. Irving kicks to Love. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Good work there as it goes. Thompson's got 9.
The vision of Love, the willingness to make the extra pass, just more reasons why he's so dangerous in this offense.
Now here's Johnson. Picked by Horford. Here's Bradley. It's rebounded by Cleveland. James has got his 4th rebound in this one.
And this is not how they wanted to start out the second half. Just 1 for 4 so far.
Love kicks to LeBron. Irving dishes to Thompson.
Aggressive defense, too aggressive. Thompson goes up strong and draws the foul.
Cleveland shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
At the line for 2.
That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second.
One thing about Thompson, he's made improvements to his body and his game each and every year.
And the Cavs back in 2014, bringing in LeBron and bringing in Kevin Love, arguably the best single-season upgrade at the position at that forward spot in NBA history.
It changed everything, but it hasn't all been smooth sailing. There's only one basketball. They're still developing their rapport on the floor, but I think their skills do complement each other.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw dropped for Al Horford.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
And Al Horford drops them both. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. It's a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, when Kevin Love was in Minnesota, he developed into a 3-point shooter, but he said, I know I'm not a stretch 4. I'm a post player that can shoot. It's like Kevin McHale used to tell me, just go where they ain't. I try to space the floor as best as I can. Kevin?
Thanks, DA, and spacing so crucial in today's game. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
It's not a surprise that they called timeout. It was the only way to stop him from killing them from the 3-point land. They have to find a way to deny him the ball or at the very least disrupt his rhythm.
Chance now to review the shot chart.
And this is an overall excellent offensive performance for him. He's not afraid to take the tough shots. He's getting open, working within the flow of the offense. Heck, he's been the flow of this offense, and he's having a great night so far.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Elbow shot, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Thomas got his first points of the game.
The defense has to be better. When he gets those looks, he usually knocks them down with ease, like he did there.
LeBron passes to Love. The dish to Irving. That doesn't go in either for Irving. Outside Bradley. Picked by Horford. There's Thomas with the three. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. They led by as many as 18 points. Outside Irving. Feeds to Thompson. Goes up again, and it's sent back by Horford. Thomas against Irving. Outside Thomas. Dishes it to Horford. From past the arc. That doesn't go either for Thomas. The Cavaliers leading by 14. There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That is his first foul of the game. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Jefferson's checked in. Marcus Smart's checked in for Boston. It's stolen by Johnson. And a fast break now for the Celtics. Smart leading the charge. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Let's take this chance to see which of last season's teams had the most second chance points in the league. Third spot, the Celtics.
That's an effort stat for me. I mean, it shows you how hard this team works in the paint. They continue to pound the backboard.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
And both free throws good from Crowder.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
LeBron kicks to Love. Outside Irving. Cleveland moving the ball around. Irving sets a screen for Jefferson. Shot clock at 6. And LeBron gets it to go with the assist by Jefferson. And that's 13 points for LeBron. Celtics trail by 15. Outside Thomas. At the elbow, Horford. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Here's Love, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And let's check out stats for James. He's coming off an excellent season. 5th in scoring, 9th in assists, and a great touch around the rim. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
The Cavaliers have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight. That free throw good from Kevin Love.
You know, he's strong. He's a gifted big man with a high basketball IQ. That's Kevin Love.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
And missing opportunities here to extend that lead at the free throw line this half.
Thomas dishes to Smart. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Smart's got his second basket of the night.
He was just way too open there. Of course he's going to make the defense pay for letting him shoot from there.
And at this point in his career, Marcus Smart, more of a defensive specialist, you know, offensively an improving shooter and an improving decision maker as well. But his defense is where he hangs his hat. And I do think, though, you're starting to see a gradual improvement in terms of his ability to make open shots.
And talking about the defensive prowess of Marcus Smart, there's no question, Greg, at 6'4", 220, he's got almost a football-like build, and I know you like football.
Yeah, if football was his first love, played strong safety and wide receiver, and plays a little bit of that in the NBA as it is. He brings that physicality and fire to the hardwood. It can be an intimidating presence on the defensive side of the floor.
Checked in for the Cavaliers. Jumper comes in for DeAndre Liggins. Here's Smart. No good on the quick three.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
It's a pick by Love. Kicks it to Shumpert. And it's Love, top of the key. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Thomas passes to Smart. Inside, Horford. Off on the layup.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Here's Shumpert. That's in there. Love with the assist. Love's got 3 assists in the game.
And from an offensive standpoint, they have just been stellar. No doubt. They've been the ones dictating the tempo. And what a terrific job he's doing tonight. No trouble going in there among the trees and pulling down monster rebounds.
Now, here is Irving. They lead by 20. It's the most we've seen. And Fry kicks to Shumpert. The kick out to Irving. Off target with his 3.
And so much for repeating the three-point barrage he put on in the first half. Nothing here in the second.
Horford with the screen on Irving. Thomas kicks to Horford. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Horford's got 6 in the quarter.
He's always one step ahead of the game. Passes like that show off his court vision.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Outside Thomas. Looking to get back on track here. Again, Thomas missing.
Tough to cut into the lead when you can't make shots. He's been off all period.
Fry dishes to Jefferson. Cleveland moving it around. Screen by Jefferson. And here's Fry from the arc. Rebounded by the Celtics. Smart's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Picked by Horford. Passes it to Thomas. Back to Smart. Fires for 3. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. 9 points for Marcus Smart. The Cavaliers leading by 17. There's the pick. Irving passes to Shumpert. He dishes it to Fry. Down low. Here's Love. He's off on that one. And it's Boston the other way. Crowder with it. Jefferson picks him up. There's Thomas with the 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
And he finally gets involved from beyond the arc. His first 3 of the game comes here in the second quarter.
Outside Irving. Love with the screen for Irving. Clock at 6. Love kicks to Fry. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. They get it again, and there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Kelly Olynyk checked in for Boston. Green comes in for Jay Crowder. Celtics trail by 14. Smart with the ball. 9 points in the game so far. Down low. Outside for Thomas. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Irving with the ball. Now Thomas defending. There's the pick. Here's Shumpert. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Here's Smart. The feed to Green. To the middle. Knocks it loose. Shumpert with the steal. Love outside. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
If his shots were just a little more on point tonight, they'd be holding a much bigger lead right now.
Johnson left side. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Cleveland leading by 11. Irving kicks to Fry. Olynyk with the steal. And pushing it up, here's Boston. The 10-footer. That one falls coming off of Thomas's feet. Thomas got his 8th assist here tonight.
And when they desperately needed to get things turned around, they were able to rally and get back into it.
This was all sparked by their defense. They got some stops, and they did it in a hurry.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
Here's Love. Up and in on the layup. Love's got 5 points in the quarter.
Good look by Shumpert. Right on the money.
Smart kicks to Johnson. They set the pick. And the pass to Thomas. No good off the front iron.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
On that play, you gotta trust your teammates. Instead of forcing that one, just pass it.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 22. Here's Love. Ball's knocked loose. Outside for Jefferson. Love with the screen on Thomas. Pass to Fry. Green against Jefferson. Fry. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
One of the best free throw shooting bigs in the league. If only Fry could get there more often.
For Cleveland, they have made 7 free throws and missed 3 in this game.
2 shots.
And the first one drops for the Cavaliers. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Love. And James subbed in for Irving. And the Celtics also making a change. Bradley's checked in for Smart. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. 20 seconds left to play in the third. Bradley against Shumpert. Now here's Bradley. Defense is right there. Johnson the screen. From deep, Thomas. And no good trying to get that one. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Cavaliers lead by 13. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the 4th quarter. And meanwhile, Coach Brad Stevens talking to his team.
Piece by piece, chip away. See if you can't, next time we get together, have it down a few.
Brad Stevens reminding his guys you still have time to get where you want to be. Just take it 1 possession at a time.
Well, he wants them to relax. I mean, there are going to be ups and downs over the course of a game. Just breathe and play.
And we're getting underway here in the 4th quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. On the floor for Boston, Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side. Green is out there with Olynyk, and it's Horford in at the 5 spot. Now here's Thomas. He feeds it to Horford, and Thompson sends it back.
Great timing by Tristan Thompson on that block. That's his forte.
James kicks to Fry. Pass to Liggins. The dish to James. Shot from the low block. And Thompson throws it down.
And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
And Gia, he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
He just never gives up on any play, any shot. He's always battling in the paint. He's one of the best at that position.
Liggins and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Yeah, easy call.
At the line, your Cavaliers, DeAndre Liggins, taking 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Both free throws good from Liggins. Just over a minute played here in the 4th. Now here's Thomas. Screen by Olynyk. Horford with the screen on Thompson. And here's Bradley from 3. It's hauled in by Fry.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Now here's LeBron. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
I just love the combination of J.R. Smith and Shumpert. Offense, defense, both can score a little bit, both get out and sit out on the defensive end. Just a fantastic combination.
And if you could combine the strengths of J.R. Smith and Iman Shumpert, Steve, you'd have one heck of a player.
Yeah, you have a player that's athletic and shoot the 3, drive the basketball. The 2 play off each other well. Either way, they're both very good NBA players.
Now here's Green. Just 5 on the clock. Thomas, no luck.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Right wing. James outside. Outside Shumpert. James kicks to Shumpert. It's stolen by Bradley. There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Much better job of just taking care of the basketball, really putting the onus on the defense.
Irving's checked in for DeAndre Liggins. Crowder, he's checked in for Boston. Outside Shumpert. James wide open. And another miss by Cleveland. The Celtics have gotten off to a rough start in the 4th quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. Thomas dishes to Olynyk. Well, all over the league, we're seeing more and more teams rely on analytics and data for decision making. How do you think, Smitty, the data affects the way the modern NBA game is run by the front offices?
You know, I think it's too much at times, Kevin, and sometimes I challenge it. I think when you're scouting a player coming out of college, I think it's great. But I think sometimes I've challenged. Some people say, well, Smitty, you never posted up on the left block.
Right.
That was Tim Duncan's block. I cannot have
That's
anything.
why you couldn't go on the left.
I'm not going to have the same numbers on certain blocks because, guys, the guys you play with kind of dictates where you score from on the floor.
Here's LeBron. Isaiah Thomas making his last shot. James outside. Here's Fry. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
The length and athleticism of Fry showing up inside.
Smart's checked in for Boston.
The Cavaliers really wanted Channing Frye. Made the deal at the trade deadline. They took a huge luxury tax hit to add him to the team.
And Frye at 6'11", an excellent three-point shooter. He gives the Cavaliers, Steve, a different look in the front court.
In the playoffs, it's all about matchups. He has some big games helping them sweep the Atlanta Hawks in the semis. When you have shooters at every position, it's tremendously difficult to defend.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Quietly becoming more dangerous on the offensive end, Thompson draws contact.
Well, the NBA now playing games in London every season. Games selling out in record time. Word is, Steve, the league would eventually like to launch a 4-team division in Europe. You think that could work?
You know, I don't think so. I think when you look at it, that's be so hard for teams traveling back and forth, and especially those teams in Europe. They'll be traveling over here to the States a lot. I can see an all-star game in Europe, maybe in London.
Too, yes.
I think all-star game first.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Jones checked in for Frye. Dunleavy comes in for James. Jordan McRae, he's checked in for Shumpert. And it's Felder in for Irving. No good on the second free throw. Steve, you had to fight through your share of injuries in your career. How often are players playing right now through an injury during an NBA season?
You know, a lot, Kevin. And then so many guys, especially knee injuries and ankle injuries. And it changes your game. It definitely changed mine. Went from a point guard, slow, got slower. So I started to be able to work on my shot, knock down shots. But injuries is a tough part of basketball.
Here's Felder. Passes to McRae. The 10-footer. And he overshot that one, missing.
All alone inside. He's just going to have to shake that one off.
And here is Brown. Over in the corner, Zeller. He kicks it to Urebko. Nice ball movement by Boston. And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. On defense, Cleveland. A great 4th quarter, just giving up 2 points. Boston again missing.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Here's Dunleavy, and it's blocked by Brown. Now Young. Brown kicks to Young. Goes up the baseline. The shot's good. Brown making the play. And here's Cleveland. They're on a 16-4 run. There's the pass to McRae. Well, there have always been big markets and smaller markets in the NBA, but it seems, Steve, that the league has found a proper balance to give small markets or mid-markets a chance every year to succeed.
Yeah, I think so. I think players are doing a nice job right now in free agency. A lot of these guys are going to smaller markets, and when they're there, they're not changing. They're not running for the big lights anymore. So we kind of having a somewhat of a balance right now, Kevin.
Like LaMarcus Aldridge comes to mind. Could have gone to Los Angeles. The Lakers wanted him badly. He chose a smaller market like San Antonio.
2 shots, gentlemen.
Granted, a historically good franchise, but a smaller market.
Yeah, and I think guys are doing that. I think it's more about winning versus where you're playing and where you stand.
And the first one at the line is good. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Kevin Love's checked in for Jones. James comes in for Dunleavy. Jefferson's checked in for McRae. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Felder. And a new group in for the Celtics. Johnson, he's checked in for Urebko. Jay Crowder comes in for Brown. Bradley's checked in for Young. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Terry Rozier. Good on both. Cleveland with the ball. They're on a 16-6 run. James against Crowder. Goes up on the wing, and he gets the jumper to drop. 15 points for LeBron.
Defender right in LeBron's face. Couldn't matter less to the king.
Smart with the ball. Zeller, a screen on Irving. Smart passes to Zeller, and the jam by Tyler Zeller.
Now flying high and throwing it down. with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now, here is Irving. Outside Jefferson. Fires from deep. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing.
Just a pro read by Kyrie Irving. Unselfish basketball.
Smart with the ball. He's covered by Irving. Picked by Zeller. In the corner, Crowder with it. Feeds it to Zeller. Shot clock at 6. Dishes it to Smart. Offensive rebound. Here's Johnson. No good, and tight defense there bothered that shot. Jefferson, that's for 2. Rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got his 8th rebound here tonight. In the corner, Smart with it. And a huge jump in the salary cap this season, Steve. And next year it really goes up by more than $40 million, probably in the next 2 years.
That's phenomenal.
Isn't that something?
Now a lot of these teams will get a chance to add even more players that can help their teams.
Love, no good. Well, it was the Boston Celtics winning their last game against Memphis. Bradley dishes to Johnson. Kicks it to Zeller. In the corner, Smart with it. Zeller setting the pick for Smart. Back to Zeller. That shot off the mark. Good D from Love. A pull-up. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. It's going to be on Jay Crowder.
Shooting for Cleveland, LeBron James. Taking 2 shots.
That one is off for the Cavaliers. Fry comes in for Thompson. And it's DeAndre Liggins in for Kevin Love. The Celtics also changing it up. Olynyk, he's checked in for Johnson. Urebko comes in for Crowder. And it's Green in for Avery Bradley. And the second free throw, good. Here's Smart. He dishes it to Olynyk. Green up on top. The feed to Smart. Nice ball movement by Boston. Lets it go from deep. Hits it from three-point range. Well, the league last summer decided to implement new rules, Steve, to discourage the hack-a-shack intentional fouling. What'd you think?
You know what I like, Kevin, to see if we can get to a number during all quarters. If you get to a number, say, 15 team fouls. After that, no matter who it is, it's 2 shots and the ball. I think that will limit the hack-a-shack rule.
Possession would be a big factor.
Would be huge.
Yes. Thompson, he's checked in for Cleveland. Love comes in for Jefferson. So Boston going with almost an entire new group here. Al Horford's checked in for Tyler Zeller. Johnson comes in for Kelly Olynyk. Jay Crowder's checked in for Urebko. And Bradley's subbed in for Gerald Green. Now here's Smart. Horford with the screen on Irving. Horford up top. Puts up a 3. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got 11 rebounds in the game. And Liggins kicks to Irving. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. The Celtics shooting terribly up to this point, just 30%. Some ramshackle offense play there. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
Yeah, can't be pleased with all these easy looks. They continue to give up there in the paint.
The opposition is just having their way with them down low, and he wants to put a stop to that.
There's the call on Kyrie Irving. And that'll be his third foul so far. On 2015, the NBA began issuing the 2-minute report, a review of the officiating in the last 2 minutes in overtime and close games. They want total transparency. It has drawn some criticism. What do you think of it?
You know, I know we want transparency, and I have to take my hat off to referees. They have the hardest jobs in sports. We talk about players and GMs, but these guys are under a microscope, and I like that they're showing some transparency right now. We just can't get all of they make mistakes. We get a chance to see where they made mistakes, and I like what they're doing right now. They're saying and understanding that, yes, we made a mistake, and they're acknowledging it.
Pick by Horford. Smart kicks to Horford. Lets it go from 11. The shot missing. Good D by Thompson. Cavaliers have gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 43%. Stolen by Smart. Lets a floater go. That one misses. Cavaliers go the other way with it. To the paint. Here's Thompson. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. That one on Horford.
And this is where Thompson likes to get his touches, right at the basket.
Thompson no good on the free throw. LeBron against Crowder. Wants to get it to Smart and does. And Kyrie Irving, one of the most talented scorers, certainly, Smitty, in the NBA, but he feels the pressure, I think, to try to tighten the screws in his game defensively.
You don't get many nights off defensively at the point guard position in today's NBA. That position is very deep. No excuses, though. To be great, you've got to get it done at both ends.
And that one falls for Smart. Well, it's one of the most fascinating developments in professional sports over the last decade. Steve, how do you think social media has impacted how NBA players carry themselves?
You know, a lot of ways, Kevin. It has gotten a lot of players in trouble. I think also it's taken away a lot of freedom. Everywhere you go, there's cameras there. But I think also in some ways it's built a lot of these guys' brands because they have millions and millions of followers. And sometimes that can change into dollars.
You know what I envision after a game, guys leaving the floor, going to the locker room, and the first thing they do is pick up their phone and look at social media to see what fans are saying about the game and more specifically about the way they were individually playing.
Hey, Kevin, you're totally right. And I think sometimes you got to just disconnect from what people are saying about you, whatever is good or bad.
Now, here's Green. Smart kicks to Olynyk. To the paint, here's Jerebko. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
At the line of the Celtics, Jonas Jerebko. At the line for 2.
And he makes the first. Felder's checked in for Cleveland. The Celtics also with a sub. Rozier's checked in. Jerebko hits them both. Well, we've always known that height gives an advantage in basketball. A lot of teams now are concerned about things that we've never really talked about before. The length of hands, your arm span, your wingspan. That plays a role now with a lot of these teams and how they draft, how they make a roster.
Yeah, totally, Kevin, because on the defensive end, you have a lot of these guys that can switch. I remember playing against Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan. They were so long out front. It helps and makes a difference.
But your arm span is long. That had to play
not
a role.
Bad, not bad.
Oh, it's good. I like it.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah. Now, here's Green over to the left wing. And here's Olynyk from the arc. And here are the Cavaliers. Pass to Felder. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. He feeds it to Love. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's stolen. Here's Rozier. Look from Green. Drills the baseline jumper. There's 21 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And Cleveland can just let the clock run down here. Here's Felder. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Kyrie, we're at an early part of the season, but what did you want to accomplish tonight individually and in the team flow?
Just wanted to come out here and compete, you know, get the win. We wanted to set a standard for ourselves. The most important thing was just coming out here and competing for my teammates and, you know, doing whatever possible to get this win.
And you all did that tonight. Thanks, Kyrie. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now time to send you over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. Now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Kyrie Irving. He didn't waste any time. The first quarter numbers he put up were frightening and certainly set the table for his team to prosper here tonight.
He took charge of the offense tonight. He had a ton of assists, and a lot of them were highlight reel passes. I mean, old school passes. He was initiating plays, setting guys up. They had a ton of easy baskets because this guy can see everything on the court. Eagle eye. All right, all right.
The defense was non-existent. They didn't challenge him. They didn't try to move him off his favorite spots. They didn't force him to do anything different. No physical play, and he took advantage of that.
And that's it for tonight. But we've got a whole new NBA season ahead of us. For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kenny the Jet Smith, for Kevin Harlan, wherever he might be, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again very soon.